Opening brief by chairman. This meeting is open to the public and the public may comment on all non-disciplinary matters. On disciplinary matters, only witnesses and interested parties may participate by presenting evidence and testimony. Any aggrieved party may appeal an order of the Contractors and Building Trades Examiners Board to the Construction Industry Licensing Board in 60 days of said order. It is the responsibility of the aggrieved party to obtain a verbatim transcript of the proceedings, which include testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. Florida Statute 286.0105. That read. Introduction to the board membership. I'm Paul Edmzak, Chairman and Consumer Advocate.
Michael Curtis.
Mark Lenedy, Consumer Rep.
Aaron, you're muted.
Again.
There you go. Now we can hear you.
Aaron Gill, residential building contractor.
All right. Thank you.
George Young, board attorney.
Thank you, sir. Next item would be John Sciaffi. Do you want to? We'll just go next item is, did everyone have an opportunity to look at the August 13th and August 17th minutes? Any questions or concerns around them? If not, do we have a move for approval?
I move to approve.
I second.
All in favor of approving the August 13th, 2020, August 17th, 2020 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it unanimously. New business. I see the first person we have out there is, these are all applicants requesting testing sponsorship. We see Henry Aaron. I believe you're on, correct?
Yes, he's here.
Okay. Staff,
Staff recommends.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Aaron on his application from the board?
I make motion to approve.
I second the motion.
All in favor on approving Mr. Aaron, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed, say the same. Mr. Aaron, you're approved for the testing. I believe that's it, right?
Yes.
Unanimously. Thank you for joining.
And he can drop out if he likes of the video Zoom.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. Have a great day. Do we have Justin Morris out there yet?
No.
Okay. Let's skip over him for now. William Gill, is William out there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, William, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I see you're looking at the trade. Staff, how do you
Staff recommends.
recommend? You're looking for the trade examination type commercial pool contractor. Anyone on the board have any questions for Mr. Gill?
Yes, I do.
I've known him for a long time, and I make motion to approve.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Generally, Mr. Chairman, when we see they also give us a history. Do we need? It will be to the Sherry. Do we need a history of what he's been doing up to this point? Because there are some trades that require some minimum. And do we have minimum time for a? Not trying to be difficult, but do we have minimum time for an individual to get their contractor license? Is this one of those trades he has minimum time? And there is, I don't see any. I see where he's working at Putnam County Sheriff's Office for the last 6 years.
Yeah, it looks like he has 5 years with River City Pools and Spas from 1994.
That
It's attached. There was a work experience affidavit that was notarized.
But I think I see where he's going. I think it might be helpful if that 9904 was on the other document as well.
I see. Yes. Okay.
You see that document?
On the detailed work history?
I'm looking.
It's just below it.
Okay. All right. River City Pools.
Yes.
That's my father's company.
Okay. Sometime since 99 to 04. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've built a lot longer than that, but that's under my father's license.
I was going to ask if your dad was Bill Gill, because he helped me.
Yes, he is.
He fixed one of my pools a number of years
Right.
ago.
Yes, sir.
And you didn't
I
look.
remember.
You might look like him a little bit, but you're not him. You should have been older,
Right.
if you
Yes,
were.
sir.
So I do not
Yes.
have any questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Anyone else with any questions? All right, Mark, you want to redo your,
Again, I make a motion to approve.
I second.
all in favor of approving Mr. Gill, say aye.
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 Ayes have it unanimously. Thank you for coming, Mr. Gill, and good luck in your testing and your future in the pool business. And
Yes, sir. Thank
you
you.
for this as well.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, sir. Do we have Miss Lydia Mercado?
No, she's not here.
She's not here. Okay. How about, I guess it's Karen Knubel?
Yes, sir.
Staff, do you recommend?
Staff recommends.
Let me just see down here if the work experience is lined up. So this one looks a little more lined up. Any questions for Ms. Knubel?
I'm not trying to be difficult. She's going for marine construction contractor, and she has experience as turbolt connecting technology, and she's been the captain for Drayton Island for 11 years. Is there any other work experience that I'm missing where she has done the marine construction? I mean, I see where she has been involved with the transportation, the developing of barge design hulls, and some other things down there.
Right.
Since sometime, I don't know, I don't really, maybe it's at 87 up to 2000. And and then going farther down with Ruth Newble has said, that she's done some maintenance and so forth, and she's got recommendations where people helped. Is that sufficient? And there again, I'm going to ask Sherry, what's the qualifications again for time? And have I just overlooked that totally incorrectly for the work experience?
I had the same question, Michael. I was thinking the same way, so I agree with you on that.
And I don't want to, if she's got the experience, but have I missed that experience for marine construction contractor? Sherry, is there what kind of experience is she supposed to be having that specifically applies to that?
And I don't have that right in front of me.
And I'll add to that a little bit. This is Paul. Even in the one thing that kind of has her helping with the 220-foot dock, it kind of is just talking about her helping a homeowner, basically.
Yes.
I'm not sure how relevant the experience lines up for myself either, to be honest. We want to give Karen an opportunity to explain the relevance, or how do we want to go forward?
Well, at this point, I think, Mr. Chairman, that we have to, again, I'm not trying to be hard-nosed here or whatever, but where do we see the experience, and if can she have someone that says, hey, she has been in the marine construction business for X amount of time?
Do I get an opportunity here?
That'd be up to Mr. Chairman.
Karen, I guess if you could outline how you think your experience relates to the license you're attempting to get tested.
Yeah, I have spent my adult career in the marine industry, obviously as a captain, and both my father. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to stop you real quick though. It has to be experience specific to marine construction contractor.
Understood. Yes, my father's field would have been along that lines of, we've built several docks and piers and bulkheads, and as a family business is Mr. River and River Transportation. That's what we did for our own marina that we had here in DeLand, that is anyways. And as far as that goes, Eco Marine, as of lately, I have been assisting Eco Marine, who's been, I think, a contractor for at least 23 years with y'all for Putnam. And no, I've built all kinds of marine stuff through the years. I think I'd be fairly qualified myself to.
Let me ask it a different way. When you worked for your father, you worked for this other marine company, which, those aren't on here. Were they licensed contractors? I mean, the requirement, I believe, is the person referring has to be a licensed marine construction contractor. Were they licensed marine construction contractors?
Only Eco Marine, Martin Butcher would be the latest one.
Did you actually work for him, or just you kind of helped?
I'm with him, I guess you would say. That's what I like to say. After Irma, we've done an awful lot of work out there on Drayton Island, putting docks back, and if you're asking me if I've worked for, say, JR or somebody like that, I have not. I've just kind of been shadowing Eco Marine Martin Butcher here in the last year, I would say. I don't know.
I'll leave it to the board if someone wants to make a motion to accept, because I can't make that motion.
Can I ask a question for for Sherry and then our attorney? Sherry, under the marine construction contractor, what is the specific wording? Do they have to have some experience of having worked in that trade for a specific amount of time?
I will have to look that up to be specific, but I believe they have to have 5 years experience.
Chairman, can I interject? This is John Zioffi.
Sure.
The trade requires 5 years, I believe, hands-on experience for every trade that you're trying to test and get a license for. Some of them are 3, but the majority are 5 years. So we need 5 years hands-on experience in the trade you are seeking licensure for.
Right.
I would believe I would have that with river transportation. I mean, obviously, it's not the past 5 years. It's with river transportation.
Right.
I mean, I've been there most of my life.
If I can say something, just looking at the paperwork that's been submitted, we're dealing with a marine construction license. So you're contracting and constructing. That, in my opinion, that would be the paperwork that would be necessary to show five years experience doing that. And I think that's in my opinion, that's what we're lacking here.
Mr. Chairman, I agree. I would think that if she has the experience and she indicates that she's worked with some of these people, we just need affidavit from these individuals, like we do for
Right.
that shows that work-related experience. And I believe that's the proper way. Mr. You
And
know,
John, would that person providing the affidavit have to be a licensed marine contractor?
Yes, sir.
That was one of the requirements as well.
Yes, sir. It is.
I have the definition if you want it.
Yes, please.
Marine construction contractor means those who are qualified to construct seawalls, bulkheads, docks, piers, wharfs, and other marine structures, inclusive of pile driving, jetting, framing, concrete finishing, columns, beams, heavy timber posts and beams, site work, decking, and lifts associated therewith.
Gary, board,
Yeah.
may I speak?
Yes, please.
I think the board is looking to quantify the 5 years hands-on experience. We need an affidavit from a licensed marine contractor stating that the applicant has 5 years hands-on experience. Do we have that in the application?
Some, but not a full 5 years, I don't believe.
Okay.
but it says they helped here and there, and so and she helped some individuals, some independent people that had problems after hurricane, which is good, but it's still at 5 years of experience through
not anything against you, Karen. The reason we wrote this the way we did, because this group is who developed this, was so that people couldn't just come in and say they helped their neighbor and helped homeowners and get a license. We wanted license relevant experience. And that was my understanding of it, Michael and John and Aaron, when we did that.
So the experience that I have early on with Mr. River and my father, that essentially doesn't qualify because he wasn't, quote, a dock builder, and he was in the marine construction field.
I think you'd have to document that better than you did in this particular application.
Okay.
I think what we're getting at.
Okay.
I would say you'd want to be able to document that at least one of those people had a license in that field.
I believe she mentioned Martin Butcher. I believe he is registered. So if you could get something from him, that might help too.
Now, would all 5 years have to be from Martin Butcher?
No, not necessarily. I'm just saying that I know that you don't have anything in here from Mr. Butcher, but I believe he is a current licensed contractor with Putnam County.
He is.
Okay. Not hearing a motion to approve, I guess we would ask you to follow up and get more relevant descriptions and data and come back. If you feel you will have enough 5 years after you do so.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, the board's willing to reconsider her application if she's able to provide more documentation that would meet the criteria?
Yeah, I think do we all agree that would be, do we need a motion for that, George?
No, I mean, if that's the consensus of the board and there hasn't been a motion and second to approve,
yep.
It's not approved, but if you're willing to extend the invitation to her to resubmit documentation to quantify what she's applying for, I believe you could reconsider it later on.
The key takeaway, Karen, would be, I believe that documentation would have to say that 5 years was working with or for a licensed contractor in that field.
And that could be several.
Right.
That could be several individuals that are licensed contractors. That gives her a total of 5 years. So I for one, am perfectly good with that. If she can put it all together and come back for our next board meeting, which would be in October, I believe.
Yes, October 8th.
All right, Karen, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Did we have, it looks like we had
Justin.
Justin Morris. Hey, Justin, how are you? Justin is applying for the testing sponsorship for electrical. Staff, how do we recommend?
Staff recommends.
Any questions for Mr. Morris from the team?
I think, Mr. Chairman, he's doing this as a building inspector. Is that what I'm seeing here? Is that the purpose of this, or is it to be out on his own? Am I got the
This is not for inspection purposes. This is for electrical license.
Justin, now that I see your face, I was thinking it was someone else. My apologies.
Okay, yeah, I was having computer trouble. I've been in and out of this thing about 4 or 5 times, and it finally connected tonight. So,
let's see.
If you slide your head over just a little bit, it'll look like you're a 6-point bump. There you go.
If there's no more questions, I make motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Ayes have it. And Justin, thank you very much.
thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Did Miss Mercado join us?
Looks like someone's trying to connect, but I'm not sure who that is.
I think that's Judson.
Oh.
Names.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I don't either.
not seeing her joining. I guess we will move past her.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
question. In looking at Lydia Mercado, it appears to me almost the same exact thing that we had with Karen. I do not see, when I look at that first affidavit from Miguel Professional Construction Company, she was a bookkeeper and a project manager. Okay. For 7 years. And it shows her doing supervising job sites for RJ's Masonry. It doesn't.
The way she sorry, Michael, the way she explained it to me was she worked for the professional construction company, the Miguel Professional. And these other two were subcontractors that were working under that construction company, and that's where she was working with the masonry.
Hey man, I'm in this board meeting right now.
Since she's not here, if you can get her to lay that out better, I think that would be helpful.
Okay,
as well.
sure. I'll give her a call.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, because supervising a crew on job site and taking care of the project, and making sure that block wall houses are in good shape.
She explained it a little differently. I'll get her to write it out more explicitly.
I think we have to have somebody say that she has been laying block or pouring concrete. Let's see, what is it? Masonry and concrete. And Aaron, you might help if I need some help here, but I think we need to see something where she has actually poured concrete, slabs, built masonry homes, and I don't see it specific.
Okay.
Aaron, do you have any?
I'm kind of agree with you on that. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of trade experience. She has maybe some management experience on that side of it, but that would be a little concerning. I don't know. You still have that. I mean, she shows 7 years of experience, but just for that company and listed at 7 years is like bookkeeping work and project management. So that would be my question as well. I'd have the same question on that.
Okay.
Okay. I agree. The next item on our thing is the election of a chair and a vice chair. I obviously won't be able to be the chair any longer, or at some point I will no longer be on this board. Probably my last meeting will probably be next month, I would think, but I have to ask Rich Commando about that.
Chairman, just a thought. You've only got 4 members here, and you will not, I mean, I think you've got one more meeting, if I understand correctly, before
Yes.
you'll have to be somewhere else. I don't know if the board might wish to pass this issue on to the next meeting and see if we have more members here to see better opportunity for who wants to be involved. I mean, of course, now between the 3 of them that are left, y'all want to decide otherwise, but it is a recommendation.
Well, I know the way we did it the last time is we made the 2 that didn't show up be the president. And the vice chair.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, but didn't want to say it.
I think, Mr. Chairman, that we should postpone this until October and hopefully have a full board at that time. If we do not have, but we have a enough people to make that vote, then we elect those that aren't here. We make an election at that point.
Okay, I think that makes sense.
Yes. Good call, Mr. Attorney.
Anything for open discussion? Do we need to make a motion to delay that till next one, or we're just going to ask staff to put that on the next agenda?
You can pass it to, unless there's an objection from the remaining members of the board or staff, you can just simply pass it.
Okay. Any objections, guys?
None on my part.
We'll just put that to the next one then. Thank you. Anything for open discussion? All right. The next meeting of the Contractors and Building Trade Examiners Board will be Thursday, October 8th, 2020 at 5 p.m.
Make motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.